Hey everybody, Jason Inquires here from Skylanders Inquirer.com, here to bring you a video that I've been anticipating doing since the initial announcement of this game. This, of course, is Skylanders Battlecast. That is the Skylanders trading card game based on the Skylanders universe that they'll be releasing here in 2016. This includes these, they're called Cards to Life versus Toys to Life. The cards you'll scan in with your app, whether it's on iOS, Android, or on the Amazon App Store, and be able to play as those characters in a trading card game. But we'll get to more of that in a second. Again, these cards are available only in New Zealand at the time of this recording, but I was able to get some in thanks to some friends overseas. So shout out to them. Thanks for sending these over. You see here there is two different styles here. There is your booster packs. There are three different kinds per se. They have three different characters on the front, but really the characters don't mean anything as far as what's inside. It's just a different picture for the different front of the packs. And then there are two different battle packs are called. I should say the booster packs have 8 cards in them. The battle packs have 22 cards in them. There are two different kinds. You get 22 cards no matter what. The one you'll see has Trigger Happy, Hex, and Smash Hit, and you're guaranteed those 3 cards in here. If you buy the battle pack, has Spyro, Snapshot, and Stormblade, you're guaranteed those cards, plus 3 fixed spells cards, I should say. So you get those 3 cards plus 3 fixed spell cards, and again, we'll get to that in a second. So this one's a little bit more guaranteed to wait inside of here. Booster packs, you're taking your chance. But obviously, if you keep buying these, you get 22 cards. 6 of them are going to be, 3 of them are going to be the same every time. The three fixed spell cards that they call them might be different. Again, we can get that here in a second. But the one thing that's going to be unique here, it's going to be a little bit harder for this video, so I actually don't know how it's going to go out. Each of these cards has a unique code around the outside, and when you show that code to the your app, that's how it scans that card in and locks that card to your account. So if I just show you all the cards right now, if I don't miss one, if I'm not able to scan all these cards in at this time, that card's going to be up for the grabs throughout. So I kind of want to protect my investment here. So inside of here, there are trading shields. They're available only in the battle packs. So make sure you buy at least one battle pack if you plan to show them on the internet, on YouTube, on Periscope, anything like that, because that trading shield will block the code. Again, you get one of those in each battle pack. So we're going to start here with the battle packs, then we'll move to the booster packs. But again, I don't know how hard it is to get in and out of them, so hopefully it's not too bad. But I guess I'll show you the front here. Again, this is, I call them the Trigger Happy Battle Pack, 22 cards. Here's the back there. Again, there are 270 cards available for this series. If it's a success, I know they're probably going to be doing more. There are only 24 Skylanders that you can choose from to battle. So I can't decide if that's a low count or a high number. Again, it seems low compared to 270, but maybe in the case of the gameplay, I should say, the game's really more about your spells and stuff like that than it is the character. So it's not a huge shock that maybe it's a lower count, but again, you do get a deck box in each of these. Again, as I said, there are 270 cards. There are character cards, gear cards, relic cards, and spell cards. So character cards are your Skylanders. Gear are kind of your equip cards. Relics are your equip cards as well, but they are for your entire team. It's in the game, it's 3-on-3 is basically what it is. The gear cards only apply to the active Skylander. Relics apply to anybody who's in the attacking position. But again, I will feature more of that in the gameplay video, which I'll have up later this week. So let's check this all out here. Alright, so I guess we'll first start here. This again is the poster you get inside of here, which shows off some of the cards there. You'll see different of the Skylanders. I guess they actually have 8, yeah, so that's all of them right there. So if you want to see them up a little bit closer here, that is all 24 Skylanders that you are able to use in Skylanders Battlecast. In addition, at the bottom there, you can see there are the different card types, and then as the rarity, there's common, rare, epic, and ultimate. So there's 4 different kinds that are shown by the bottom of the card. And then on the back, if you want to see that, so just a little bit basically zoomed in of what's featured on the back of the box there. So let's check out what we got. Again, here's your trading shield. You'll see on the back that, but make sure you don't post or share the pictures, because again, once you use this, once the card gets redeemed in the app, that card then cannot be used in any other app version. So we'll start out here with one monster card. We got Smash Hit, which is ground pound, snare the active enemy. Snare just means that the person cannot switch that character out in the next battle Next we have Eon's Might, which is give your active ally plus 100 power this turn, which is a great, awesome ability there. I should say you can't really see it in this card. I guess maybe if I just do it this way. You'll see there is a the number up there. That is your crystal or energy count. That is what is required to summon that card when you see it on that card. So each card has that because they have to require different amounts to be used in the game. Next we have a spell card called Forked Lightning. Shock an enemy for 60 damage. Shock each other enemy for 40 damage. Again, there's an active enemy on the front line, and then on the sideline is all the other enemies. So that card allows you to damage all of them. In addition there, you'll also see at the top, it is only available to that character. So only that Skylander that has that icon is available to use that card. So if you don't have that character on the field, you will not be able to use that card. Next we have Spitfire the Skylander. Obviously if you bought Skylanders SuperChargers, you have this card. This card is the same. It's no different in there. You do start out with it. It looks to me, at least to me, or you don't start out with Spitfire, but you do start out with Stealth Elf. At least I did in the game on iPad. But if you do scan that card in, it does allow you to level up your character at least. So it's not like it's completely useless. The other thing I want to show you in these, there is the element, as well as their health/hit points, and then, or excuse me, health hit points over there, and then their power is over there. So that's on the Skylanders cards. There are some rare cards that are foil cards, so hopefully we get some of those since they're a little bit hard to get. Next is a spell called Windfall, which is just your Yu-Gi-Oh! Pot of Greed style of draw 2 cards. Again, this is made by Activision, and they're obviously also the parent company, or it's Activision Blizzard is really the name of the company, so the people who make Hearthstone as well, so there's a lot of elements in this as well. This is a spell called Root, Snare the active enemy. The gameplay I heard described to me, and I agree 100%, it's very much a mixture of Hearthstone and Pokemon, so if you've enjoyed both of those games, you're going to have a blast with this. Spell Disco Brawl, since the healthiest enemy character, slice the healthiest enemy character for 3rd damage. Repeat this twice, swap in the last enemy damage this way. So there's that card. Next we have Back to Your Roots. Restore Tree-Rex to max health, so obviously again, this can only be used by Tree-Rex. And that is able to be seen by the Tree-Rex icon at the top of the card. Next we have Horns First, which is a Spyro card. Bash the active enemy for 100 damage, swap in a random enemy sideline enemy. Here's, I believe, the first gear card that we've had. Plus 50 power. It's called Galvantic Armor, or Galvantic, excuse me. Plus 50 power if owner did not attack last turn. Attacks deal minus 50 damage to it. This is a spell card for Hothead. Temper Tantrum. Blasts each frontline enemy for 130 damage. If Hothead is rank 3, he can't be swapped out until your next turn. Again, it says frontline enemy each, even though you can only have one. Again, those relics sit on the front line as well, and they have their own health points, which are different than the spell cards, which are just equipped. So that's why you might see about you can attack each front line, because a relic will count as one as well. So here's False Assault, which is a smash hit card. Here is Anvil, one of my favorite cards in the game just because it costs 0 energy to use. If you pull it, you just smash an enemy for 10 damage. Here's a spell for Paralyzing Ink, which is affect each enemy for 60 damage and snare them. Another Anvil card, which is crush each enemy for 40 damage, which is nice there. Again, technically it's 120 damage then across They have all 3 active still, so it's a nice card there. This is Bat Attack. Your active ally drains 40 health from an enemy character. So that's kind of nice. Pull 40 from another character and put it on yours. Landslide. Randomly crush your enemies for 150 damage. Spell of Impending Doom. Again, the art style in these is fantastic. Love the art style in here. Here's a spell for Concussion. This is also a smash hit card. Bash the active enemy for 50 damage. If it has 50 or less health, snare it. That way you can't swap it out. Here is good old fan favorite, right? It's Trigger Happy. I know some of you have anti-Trigger Happy like Pop Fizz or Stealth Elf, but Trigger Happy gotta be in the game. Here's a spell from Rummage. Gain a non-character gear card from your deck. And finally, in this battle pack, we got Hex, which is Curse. Give an enemy minus 10 health. So that is battle pack number 1. So let's check out battle pack number 2. Alright, so battle pack number 2. This of course obviously has Spyro, get Stormblade, and Snapshot. Again, in the game, at least the version that I've played so far, what they gave me at first, which I've not tested enough to see if it's the same for everybody. Spyro is one of the default characters for me, and actually is one of my favorite cards at the moment. So, glad to see Spyro making back an appearance in the Skylanders universe, and being awesome at that point at the same time. So, let's check it out here. Obviously, again, another poster, another trading shield. Let's check it out. 22 cards in this one. I'll see the first card here. Spyro with a hit point of 50, health of 340. Dragon Breath blasts each damage for 10 damage. So what you'll see there at the bottom there, I should paraphrase that as well. Each time you play a card, you gain an experience point. And then once you reach level 2, which is after your 3rd experience point, you do get your character ability, which is what the item is at the bottom. Spell is Trick Shot. So basically each turn you can attack with the enemy, which has that hit points. And then the description has at the bottom, again, that is applicable once you reach level 2. You'll get that each and every turn, that ability. There is Burning Rubber. Again, a Spitfire character card. Amulet of Healing. It's a gear card. At the end of your turn, restore 10 health to the owner. So again, that can be equipped to anybody on your side of the field. Again, if you equip, the only way to get rid of gear cards is obviously use a spell that might get rid of gear card. Oh, we got another root, so I think that's my first double. So the gear cards stay equipped no matter what, and obviously you can use a spell card that might remove a gear or some other kind of ability, but also if you attach a gear to that character who already has a gear, that automatically gets rid of that gear. So anything you attached, it gets rid of whatever the old one was. So sometimes our gears have negative effects, so you want to equip a gear to your character as soon as possible to get rid of that negative effect. Here's a spell called Showdown. I actually haven't seen this one before in the game yet. KO each sideline character, set each active character to rank 3. Oh my gosh, it's a kill shot. But it is obviously a 10 energy level, which is your max you can get. So it'll take a little while before you can summon this card, but holy crap. If you're losing in the game, that's it's a good game changer there. Dust Devil, crush an enemy character for 60 damage, swap it in. This is Scorn Crow. While owner is active, give the active enemy minus 20 power. This is Warp Hat. Here is Tidal Wave. Crush each enemy for 50 damage, give them negative 50 power until your next turn. This card somehow keeps making an appearance. One game I was playing against an opponent, a computer opponent, felt like he drew that every single turn. It just wiped me out pretty quickly. Here's Spell for Hurling Boulder. Crush a frontline enemy for 60 damage. Battlecast is unfortunately a internet required card, so you do have, or game, so you do have to be connected to the internet at all times to play it. Again, it's just kind of DRM, I believe, is probably the rationale behind it, just so you can make sure nobody's cheating the game. There is a story mode though, and there is obviously a versus player. But good news, folks! We got my first holo card. This is a spell, Trial by Fire. Ignite your active ally for 30 damage. Give it 60 plus power this turn. So this is the first time I've seen one in person. But there you can see the holo shininess to it all. But that's pretty awesome. And that is... See, that's what's weird. Guess I can't really show it to you. Well, it's only going to get the side, but it is marked as a comment card. So don't know what the rationale is behind that. And actually, let me check if that Chaos card. Yeah, so that one is, what's the, it isn't flying because I actually forget the color for, yeah, Ultimate is yellow. I don't think that's yellow. It's definitely white. So, I don't know if I've gotten any, we'll have to look there at the end. I'll take a look at the end, see if I've gotten any Ultimate cards, but awesome to get the first holo card, that's for sure. Alright, Impending Doom spell card for Hex. Paralyzing Ink. The one interesting thing about those holos too is I'm curious how much, if that card's holo or if there's holo variants of each one. Again, since Skylanders hasn't really even officially announced this yet, hard to say what it's all going to be or what it all is. Again, I'm pretty much telling you as much as I can figure out, but there isn't even all the answers in the game. Here's Landslide, randomly crush your enemies for 150 damage. So, again, I played the game on my iPad for a couple of days now. First time I've seen the cards in person besides what we got in the starter pack. So, again, I apologize if I say anything incorrectly. Again, I'm still basically telling you what I can decipher by myself. Here's a Beam Barrage. Hookshot. Amplifier, another Spiral card. While owner is active, you and your allies get plus 20 spell damage. Here is, of course, Stormblade, which we knew we were getting. And then finally, the other card we knew we were getting is Snapshot. So, battle packs, you get your cards at the beginning and the end. So, again, there is our first two sets of battle packs, but let's move on to the more fun thing to me, which is the booster packs. Again, 8 cards per in these. Let's get this guy opened in here. Come on. Alright. Oopsies. Spell card of Take It for Granted. Give Crusher plus 60 or plus 70 max health. This is just your do not photograph your card warning. Get that out of here. Our black card called Forgotten Headstone. Haven't seen this one either. Give each enemy minus 20 power. Spell for Short Circuit. Destroy a gear or relic. So again, there is one of those spell cards I said that you can use to get rid of a gear or a relic. Gears in ways is to equip them over something else. Or the spell card relics do have health points, so you can crush them. There is an Earthquake card. Spell for Whirlwind. Whirl and Swirl. Whirlwind drains 80 health from the active enemy. Another Stealth Elf card. Again, Stealth Elf actually isn't that bad in this game because she does have a lot of these special abilities where you can attack either your main enemy on the front line or any of the enemies on the sideline, so it's kind of nice. Another new card I haven't seen, Bombero. When owner deals damage to an enemy, blast that enemy for 20 extra damage and blast owner for 10 damage. So that one I believe is probably just for countdown. Yeah, it is. It's an epic card though. Static Pulse. So there's that. So alright, that is booster pack number 1. No hollows in there. Let's check it out here. Get the warning card out of here. Alright, Shower of Sparks, shock each enemy for 30 damage. Shiny Helmet. Again, one of my default cards, so that's a card I use a lot. It's a gear card. Oh, here we go. Another foil. I haven't seen this one. Excavate. Gain a crystal. And that's 3. So, you have to use it. Is this a... Nope, still a common. So, this requires 3 crystals to use, but then you will gain 1 to use ahead of time for the next round. And at the beginning of each turn, of like each round, I should say, that they do, there's a little timer there, or counter, it spins back and forth and chooses anywhere between 0, 1, and 2 to give you that many crystals. So you start as 1, it's kind of like Hearthstone if you play that. Each turn you get another, they call them energy, but you and your opponent always have the same. So you start out as 1, and then when it starts a new turn, whoever went first, they start to counter there, anywhere between 0 and 2. So you might not gain anything that turn. Next turn, you might get, again, 0 to 2, and so on and so forth. So you and your opponent always stay on the same energy level, I guess, obviously, unless you play Excavate, where you will get a 1 head start there. So pretty interesting there. About to Blow. Start of your turn, if countdown is active, blast each frontline enemy for 100 damage. Pretty nice card there for countdown. The Mother Load. Gain 2 crystals. And that one requires 5. Here is Jinxed, another card for Hex. And Eon's Might. Which we have that one, but again, I actually kind of like that card. Both its design and its ability. So, we're down to the final pack here, so let's check out what we got. Come on. I know there's like official ways to open these things, but it's more fun just to rip into them. Come on. There we go. Alright. Let's get us something good. Don't need the warning card. Mind Reader. Gain a copy of a 9-character spell from the enemy deck. Ob's Wand. Temperature Tantrum again for Hothead. Alluring Charm. Oh, here's another new character of Tree Rex. Haven't got him yet, so it's good to get him. Bowl of Boom. Doesn't look like we're getting a foil. Spell for Energize. And finally, we get Haywire. So again, I am curious, because there's nothing on the packs or the card there about any kind of guarantees Yeah, so I'm curious if, obviously you don't get a rare or foil. I obviously opened a bunch more packs to see if there is any kind of guarantee, whether it is like a character card, you get each pack, or a foil, or if it is purely 100% random. So as obviously there's got to be some kind of thought behind all the cards. But again, here's the checkout here. So I'm going to check real quick, see if I can see if I did get any of the highest rarity. I don't think I did, but we'll also see what my card count is currently at. Alright, so count everything up, including Stealth Up, which comes in the starter pack. I'm at 9 of the 24 Skylanders. Out of all those cards opened up, I only got 6 doubles, which is actually not that bad. Didn't get any triples, so I got 63 out of the 270 cards so far. Again, just those 2 foils, but one thing that I did note is of T-Rex, who actually is of the ultimate rare. So even though he is not foil, he is an ultimate rare. So at least we got one of that, so I guess he might be harder to find. We'll see. He's got, you know, a pretty nice power there, 400 with 30 attack damage, so not that bad. So again, thanks for checking out the video. Again, gameplay will be coming up later this week as well, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Also, all the list of the cards that are available, all 270 will be at SkylandersInquirer.com. As of this moment, just the character cards are, so if you want to see those, don't have all of them, so I can't show you all the color photos, but I will show you all the details of those. Are available, again, at SkylandersInquirer.com, so check that out for all the details. But again, thanks for checking out with this video. Thanks for staying with me for the entire time. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're into Skylanders Battlecast, be sure to subscribe to this video. Definitely like me on Facebook and Twitter at Skylanders Inquirer on Facebook, or twitter.com/SkylandersInc. Again, all those descriptions are always at the in below, so be sure to check that out. Again, thanks for checking out this video. Super excited for Skylanders Battlecast. I hope you are as well. And until next time, this is Jason Inquires from SkylandersInquirer.com. Have a good one, guys.